Hey guys, what's up? And yeah, I know this is kind of weird, but something that's really been bugging me lately, besides me talking, talking in my videos, and I should really reconsider that with mics. But the thing that's been bugging me lately has been what's the best of the Wii U and what's the worst of the Wii U. Now, don't get me wrong, the Wii U is pretty good. Well, pretty good. But there are a few flaws. For one, might be if this thing would get the heck off. The controller. Now, with every Wii U, you get this guy. And to be honest, it's a really nice concept. Because you can play games on this, no problem whatsoever. Except with some games that you have to switch the manual, well, the menu for the gamepad with the TV and vice versa, but that's another story. The one thing I don't get is that the Wii U came out in 2013, I believe. If not 2014. And the thing is, today is October 18th, 2015, the day I made this video. And well, they did some small improvements, but yet also not really fixed what people had problems with. Like, for instance, back in the Wii U, well, actually the Wii, my bad, the Wii, we didn't have this. We had the Wii Remote, and everyone knows what that looks like. And just with the Wii Remote, we could play games like this. Super Mario Bros. Wii. You only need one remote, turn it sideways, and you can play the game completely normal. And you can get 4 of these just fine. But that's the Wii version of it. But you also needed nunchucks to play other games. One that sticks out mine was Super Mario Galaxy. Now, the thing is, with the Wii, it didn't come with the nunchucks. I do believe they did not come with the nunchucks. Don't quote me on that. But you needed that to play games like this. But not games like this. Now, that wasn't a big problem. Because you can just buy one, or it did came with the system. So you had no problem playing games like these. But you also had other games that was from the Nintendo 64 and the Super Nintendo. With that, you can play it with the Wii U Classic, the Wii Classic controllers. Which are really rare to find nowadays. Or you could play with the GameCube controller. And if you bought the Wii, of course you probably had the GameCube controller sitting somewhere. So you had a lot of controllers. And say you want to play Mario Party 2. You can just grab either the Wii U, or I gotta quit saying Wii U. The Wii Classic controllers or the GameCube controllers, and they work with everything virtual-wise. So if you had 4, you could literally play a 4-player party game like Mario Party 2. And that wasn't really a problem. Then, now, let's get back to this thing. The Wii U, as everyone knows, did a terrible launch, but had amazing games. Now, there was one little problem. The Wii U could play games like these two, and can play Wii U titles like this little number. And you could do it with that. And also the Wii controllers and nunchuck. Because of course, you're going to have it. But there was one little setback. You could play games with those, but the problem with it is you can't play classic games with this, unless they import it. So take a game like Super Mario 64. You couldn't play it on the gamepad. No, you had to play it with a classic controller. Which, by the way, was really becoming like the fossil. Very hard to find after a few short years if you didn't already possess one, like I did. So you have to go on Amazon, buy one just to play classic controllers, classic games. Now, before anyone gets on me about that, yes, there was the Wii U Pro controller. The only problem with that is it played certain games, not classic games. So you still have to go and find a classic controller for the Wii. So that was the big problem. Because if you had Mario Party 2 for the Virtual Console, and you originally play it with GameCube controllers, because you have a lack of classic controllers, too bad. You couldn't use the GameCube controller because it was obsolete for the Wii U. Until they came out with this. This is the GameCube Adapter. Now, this is not really the brand, but I got it dirt cheap. Dirt cheap, nice, because when they came up with this idea, they sold like hotcakes. So literally, these were rare to find. And with that, you can play games like this. Nothing else. They made this thing, and it's only working with this. You can play it with classic games. You can play it with Mario Kart 8, which you actually could. And you can play with these, but that wasn't a big issue. This was. So really, if you never really use a GameCube controller, this was pretty much useless to you. And I know what you're thinking. Wait, if you had this, you can play classic games, right? No, you couldn't. Even if you had this with four working controllers, you could not do it. And in fact, they still haven't fixed that up to this day. And this has been out for nearly a year now. That's a big problem. So, in reality, the Wii U had all great games, but if you wanted classic controllers, well, I mean classic games that you downloaded and they are not imported, well, Can't buy this. You can't use that. You have to buy a Wii Classic controller because that was the only thing that would work with the classics, which is stupid. So really, if they would have probably fixed that little problem, or maybe that's my nitpick, and it only applies to me, but if they would have fixed this, I believe sales would have done better. Way better. I know these sold like hotcakes, but I think no one really thought, wait a minute, this only worked with like one game. Up to my knowledge. Only worked with this game only, because this was actually a bundle to this. Yeah, that's crazy. So you're looking to spend more than the asking price for the Wii U, which is maybe $300 at this point, if not $200. But really, if it's a $300, you're gonna spend probably another $150 to get all the controllers for like family, which is kind of bad. Yeah, but that's my little nitpick on why this is completely useless, and how Nintendo didn't capitalize, and now they're coming out with a new console already in the works, instead of trying to fix this. Because if you still played like the classics, like I do, that aren't imported, I only have probably 2 classic controllers. I'm looking for like 2 more, but that means I also have to buy 2 more Wii controllers. I should not have done that. They should have all been able to be played with this and or this from the get-go. I know they're trying to step away from it, from the game controllers, but they brought it back with this, and they never really did nothing to capitalize with it. So that's my little nitpick. So your comments if you think the same. If not, and I sound like a babbling buffoon, tell me it. Because that's really my problem with how things are going right now with today. So that's my little rant. So I'll catch you guys later.